Yes, today we do have a few items of new business. Um, First thing we want to get out of our way here is our county road aid cooperative agreement. We've got a resolution and an agreement to approve here before court. It's what we do every year to participate in this program. So I guess first we would need a motion to accept the resolution that you have in front of you, and that will be a roll call vote. But if we have a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's have a roll call vote, please.
Wilson,
Yes.
Urban,
Yes.
Weldon,
Yes.
Maxey,
Yes.
Strunk,
Yes.
Motion carries. Then the second item related to that then will be the agreement, County Road Cooperative Program Agreement. You've got that in front of you. Any questions about that? If not, we'd take a motion and approve this.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, we've got Holly Hopkins will be coming in. She's running a little late because she had to stop at Lincoln County's court this morning, but we'll save a spot for her if she gets here in time. But next item then it's not on the agenda, but I need to take care of today. I need to set the salary schedules for the, I guess you call them the county judge executive appointments. We've got a deputy judge, administrative assistant, road supervisor, finance officer, executive secretary, and those numbers have not changed. So I've just request approval to set those salaries the same as they have been.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And just to clarify, these salaries have to be set by the first fiscal court meeting in May per KRS for the next term of office. Thank you, Mike, for helping me out. I was struggling.
And then I would like to recommend too, we're Mark White has retired and we've moved Tony into the office position there. We're down an operator. And I'd like to recommend that we hire Leslie Pointer, I guess for skilled labor. Is that what the position would be? Come in at skilled labor at the road department?
No, it would come in as
Is he coming in
as
an operator?
Yes.
Okay.
Step one of the operator position.
Yeah, he is an operator. So I'd recommend we hire Leslie Pointer to fill that operator position.
You want? Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? He'll start then on the next pay period, I guess.
2 weeks, Joe.
At his earliest convenience. And I just asked Jordan, it's a POI instead of POI. He thinks.
That brings us then to our department reports. I've only got 3, I guess, department heads that have reports. Joan, I'm going to save you for last, if that's all right.
Hey, no problem.
You got the exciting stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
So our solid waste, Danny, would you like to approach the court, please?
2 years ago, I had the privilege of attending a conference called WasteCon, and I come across a company that developed apps for recycling companies and solid waste departments and things of that nature. With the way our structure of our recycling program for the city and the county, how it is different, I thought this would be a perfect thing to institute into our community so people could become more aware of what was going on, when the recycling dates were, and if we had any service breaks, that they'd be able to get alerts via their phone, text message, a phone call, an email. So I went to work on getting this. The solid waste board was behind me, the City of Somerset and Waste Connections. And we unveiled this last week as a waste app. And you can download this app on your iPhone or your an Android phone. You don't even have to do that on your phone. You can do it on a tablet, or you can go to our website for the county, and you can get information on there. What the great thing is if a customer at home has misplaced their calendar, they can go on this, type in their address, they can print out a calendar, they can have it there. They can sign up for a service alert the night before. It'll send a text message and say tomorrow's your recycle day. Or you can have the app on your phone and it'll send you that. But one of the big deals that I wanted it for was in the wintertime when we have break in service because of snow or a truck breaks down, that we can send a text out to those individuals on that date or a phone call and say that you won't be picked up today because of the snow. We'll move you back a day or whatever we have to do.
Maybe a holiday or something.
Yeah, a holiday mixed in there. Or if we have a special event day like our hazardous waste day, we can put that in there and send an alert out to people to let them know. Ultimately, my goal was just to make our community more aware of what we're doing and what's going on in our department and try to make it easier. That way that we can save ourselves some money by not having to mail out these calendars each year that people throw away or lose. Also, our community will be up to date. And you can also go in there and search where items can be taken to. It should cut down some phone calls for maybe you guys, for us. Last week, and they made sure that I would come and talk to you and let you know. So if they have any questions, they can call us, go on our website, our Facebook page, and check this out. I think it's going to be really well received once it's all out there. And we have about 70 households that signed up so far in a week. So got a long way to go, but with going to the radio and newspaper and things, I think we'll get the word out there and really get this pushed out. So thanks.
Is it just on the Apple Store? You just
No, it's on Google. You can get it on an Android device.
you just search. What's the search?
You can search Pulaski County Recycling and Waste, and then just type your address in, and it saves everything to your phone. And it also has a feature where if you see road litter out there, you can report it, and it'll send an email directly to me. So we'll be able to go out there and clean up the roads and stuff through
I
this too.
really like the idea of the alert because I forget mine regularly. Done it today.
Yeah. So this should help increase our numbers and things like that. So.
Thank you, Danny. And let's see, next thing will be our animal shelter. Adam, you want to make a request here?
Yeah, actually, I kind of jumped the gun on this, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm more or less just trying to, I've looked at several options, talked with the Department of Agriculture, the Michael Grant. There is a grant out there for us to do a spay and neuter program, but the application won't be due until June or July. So not due, but on the website to where we can apply for it. So like I said, I kind of jumped the gun on this, but I would like to request from the court maybe to explore those kind of options just to maybe help the community out and get some of their dogs fixed.
So you need a motion to apply for the grant?
Yes, sir.
Motion to apply.
Second. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Try to get as much of that money as you can. I think that's one of our problems there in the animal community is trying to get those animals
sir.
spayed and neutered. So
We've looked at several options. Of course, there's the Department of Agriculture, the livestock one, and I mean, there's several out there. We're just looking. Jessica Sturgill also has been helping me. There's a lady at the community college. She's going to help us with an internship to help us write these grants, to make the wording and the language, that way they look more presentable to these people. Hopefully it'll help us out that way. So,
all right, thank you.
but thank you all.
All right, and I noticed Ms. Hopkins Scoville has appeared in the courtroom. I'd like to, if you want to come up, if you're ready to present to the court, and then we'll get into our treasurer's report.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
I do have other cards if anyone else would like one. My name is Holly Hopkins Scoville, and I represent the construction side of the Kentucky Wired Project. I always like to begin by asking who here has heard of the Kentucky Wired Project by a show of hands. All right. That's wonderful. More than I normally get. That's great. Back in the fall of 2015, Governor Beshear and Congressman Rogers announced the Kentucky Wired Project at a SOAR event. Obviously, there was a gubernatorial change, so 3 months later, Governor Bevin and Congressman Rogers re-announced this project in the fall of 2016. This is bringing high-speed broadband to all 120 counties to the state of Kentucky. This is the largest P3 telecom project in the United States. This project has actually been taking place for over 2 years now. The KCNA is the authority that oversees this. They are located in Frankfurt, and Philip Brown is the executive director. The construction side, and I apologize for the alphabet soup that you got for our name. These were some of the names that this project was actually referred to originally. That stands for Next Generation Kentucky Information Highway Design Build LLC. The design build side is what we have done. We engineered this project to go on 90% on existing poles. Less than 10% will go underground in this project. The majority of that located within a city if we have to go into a building. What this project is designed to do, one half of this network is for state government offices, so this will remain with the Commonwealth. Somerset and Pulaski County, you all are actually getting the large backbone, so you are getting the 244 strands, which are here. Half of this goes to government services for the state. The remainder of this is an open access network for ISP providers to take fiber to the home and fiber to the business projects. Today in the state of Kentucky, to do every business in every home, it would take these 2 strands right here. So obviously the Commonwealth is planning for an overbuild for growth and economic development, education, healthcare, many other uses. When the Commonwealth actually started this project, we were number 48th in the United States in offering broadband to our constituents. As of 3 weeks ago, we are now up to 36. By the time we complete this project, we will actually be number 1. Big news for Kentucky. We don't get to be number 1 in a lot of great things. This is a great thing. So what you can expect over the next several months, we have done some work in Somerset. We've actually done some work in Pulaski County. We are part of the 811 system as well. So if you're going to dig and you call, our underground will be marked. You're going to start seeing construction crews. We have about 15 crews out right now. We will have 150 crews out by the end of the summer. By this time next year, we hope to be exactly 1/2 done with this actual project. You are part of what we call Ring 1B. So your drop dead date for us completing this project is July 20, 2020. You are one of the first people that will receive this. You actually have several large strands going through and a lateral coming off of Somerset down to Wayne County coming through your county. So you have a lot of strands. There's 4 actual legs going out of Somerset to different areas of the large backbone. You do have a node at the Center of Rural Development where ISP providers can attach. So the make-ready crews will come through first. I told you it was going on poles that are already existing. Sometimes those lines have to be moved around in order for us to put our fiber up. It has to hang in a certain height. So they will do that work first. Then you will see the crews come back through and they will do what we call lashing, which is actually stringing the fiber up. Fiber reels run about 4 to 5 miles. Then what will happen? All of these little hair-like strands, that's glass. And that's what's inside of here. That's what fiber optic cable is. So that our craftsmen will come back and actually splice these, put them end to end, all 244 of them. Then they will start to test those. And then once that is done, they will run a light through this, and we call that being lit up, and that's when the fiber actually works. The Commonwealth is, KCNA is deciding whether they're going to wait for a ring to be completely spliced together before they light it up, or if they're going to start doing hotspots on areas that they can get to. So that will be, if you want to watch their website, it's kentuckywired.ky.gov. They'll start putting things like that on there that you can keep up to date. We also have a website. It's kentuckywiredproject.com. We try to keep everything up to date on the construction side. All of our crews take before and after pictures, so they repair as was. For example, if you have a clerk's office here in this building. So if your sidewalk was broken before, we don't replace all of your sidewalks. We repair as was. So we want to make sure everyone understands that. By the same token, when we have crews out, had a lot of rain this year. So I've actually had instances where ruts were left in yards. We repair those as well. So we want to make sure everybody's happy in the end and that everything takes place. The card that I handed out has my personal cell number on it. Anyone's welcome to call that with any questions that you have. On my website, the kentuckywritingproject.com, there's also a form or an 800 number that you can call. And all of those actually come back to me personally, and I return all of those calls. So any questions that you have actually come back to me. And if I can't answer, I promise you I'll get you to who you need to be with. So are there any questions?
I just wonder, as
Yeah.
you're doing all the installation and all the work, what opportunity is there for local contractors to?
We've hired numerous. They have to go through our process. I will tell you, the two companies that make up the DBLLC, Leadcore and Black & Veatch, we have very, very high safety standards. We actually have let 2 crews go because they don't meet our standards. We do have a process. If you can send those to me, I will get them to who they need to be with. So we have lots of local crews working.
So if somebody's interested, then they just contact you at your
Right.
card, so our newspaper
Right.
maybe could put that in there.
We are the general contractor, so our contractors actually hire subs also. So we have second and third tier subs coming off of us. So like I said, we will have 150 crews out by doing different forms of work. And different, especially when it comes to fiber optic, obviously splicing is not the same as lashing. So we have different crews that do different things. So there's a lot of opportunity. And a lot of our community colleges, especially here in Somerset, your community college is actually teaching about this. And I work with them all the time to try to connect them with some of those, the students with some of those companies as well.
Questions?
One other thing I will tell you, this is a 30-year project. Leadcore, the company that hired me, is actually overseeing the maintenance of this for the 30-year project. And every 10 years, the Commonwealth will go back and look at this and make sure it's upgraded to the way it needs to be to have the highest performance available. So, all right. That was easy. You all are easy. I usually get lots of questions.
Great, though.
Me too.
Yay.
I said I get to be the bearer of good news. This is awesome.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you all very much. You all have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, then, that brings us to our treasurer. Joan, if you'd like to get started on, I guess you've got a stack of things.
Jordan first.
What's that? Oh, I need to, roadwork request. Jordan, you want to come up here and
Sorry,
approach the
Jordan.
court?
I know you left this.
Just need approval on the roadwork request. The only thing that probably needs to be separated is these, speed limit on Providence, 25 mile an hour.
We have a speed limit to address. You have a motion to second to take care of that.
Motion. Second.
Motion second to approve the speed limit change on Providence. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. And then we need a motion to approve the rest of the road work request.
Motion.
Second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That's all.
Motion carries. Thank you.
You already done rock? Did we do that?
All right.
Rock last time? I get confused.
All right, Joan, it'd be your turn if you'd like to address the court.
Thank you very much. I'd like to go a little out of order, and I would like to start with the presentation of the third quarterly report for fiscal year 17-18.
Got a copy of the third quarter report. What would be your pleasure there?
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Also, you should have, you received your bill lists, I hope.
Received a copy of your bill list. It'll be your pleasure with this, gentlemen.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Excuse me. I've also given you for your approval a copy of the April 2018 bank reconciliation.
Entertain a motion to accept that.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
No.
Any opposed? Carries.
I also had one last minute fund transfer to the general fund from the fire fund for $200,000. It's part of the yearly allotment from the insurance premium tax.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the fund transfer. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
I would like to thank everyone for all their hard work during the budget workshop. We do have a working copy as to form and classification of the 2018-19 Pulaski County budget. It is at a grand total of all funds, $26,787,286. And we do need to have a first reading of that.
We have a motion to accept the first reading of our budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll try to get that DLG and back as,
We're not done yet.
oh,
Also, as a part of that budget, we are required by KRS, we are allowed to have standing orders, which are items that we can pay that do not have to run through court, such as salaries, insurance, debt service, etc. And we do have to have a separate motion to approve the standing orders for recurring expenses.
motion.
Second.
Motion to second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you very much. This will go to DLG today, and hopefully we have a good turnaround. But it's all in the hands of Department for Local Government and the State Local Finance Officer, Commissioner Donahue. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Don't have any citizens on record to speak today, but I do have an announcement for you. Thanks to Miss Betty Cook, they are having a bead luncheon you all might be interested in. It's going to be at Davis Chapel AME Church on 303 North Main Street. That will be Wednesday the 16th from 11 to 2. So if you are in town or if you take time to come to town, it's a $6 donation. Benefits the church. And so come and enjoy your beans and cornbread. It's always a good time of fellowship and a good meal. Thank you, Betty. Anything else today? We'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
The motion is second. All in favor? Any opposed? Y'all have a wonderful day.